The new cast list is up in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome back to the cast list, everyone.
The official podcast of the Arts Center of Cannon County.
I'm Patrick.
And I'm RJ. Welcome back, everyone, to episode 11.
Episode 11.
We're really we've hit our stride.
Yeah.
I mean, I think 10 is like a big hurdle, you know. It's been, because we do every other week, 20 straight weeks.
Wow, that is
list.
true. We've been going since January, and it's middle of June.
And now we're here in the middle of June.
Wow.
And yeah, I think we got it down to a science now. We're really moving. We're really grooving.
We got a good one for y'all today. Today is the episode that we've been talking about for a while.
Oh, yes.
Really, since we've started this whole thing.
Yes, later on, you're going to be getting the exclusive director's interview with the man, the myth, the legend, Darryl Deason.
Mm-hmm.
And we're talking all things 9 to 5 behind the scenes.
Yep. So it's a very good interview. So stay tuned for that.
Yeah.
If you're watching over video today, it's another matching day for
It is
RJ
another
and
matching day.
We are recording this
Saturday, June 13th.
just minutes after we closed out the first junior session
The
of
junior
Conservatory.
session of Conservatory is closed. So that was Winnie the Pooh kids. We had the Pooh Bear.
Yep.
He was out there being willy-nilly and silly as the Pooh Bears do.
Yeah. I know we have this interview to get into, but since we kind of just wrapped up this first session, you were the director for this show.
Oh, yes.
And all conservatory shows.
Oh, yes.
RJ, how you feeling?
I am
You've
nice.
You've got to be exhausted.
I'm exhausted.
Yeah.
It's been 2 weeks straight with 30 kids, and we've completed the show, and there was a nice just sigh of relief there. However, Monday, when this episode comes out, we start again with 45 children in the 100-acre
45.
woods. However, the second session, while there is always more kids, is always a little bit simpler because all the lights are done. We have all the props. We know what worked, what sort of didn't.
Mm-hmm.
And we have a lot of parents whose kids have done conservatory a lot and have gone, we're always going to do the second session. You seem to work out the kinks and you're ready. You're really ready to go for that one. And I'm like, all right. So, yeah, we'll have 45 kids. While you're listening to this episode, just know I'll be at the Art Center trying not to lose my mind.
I know that you still have an entire session to go with Winnie the Pooh.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't want to talk too much about it because I don't want to spoil it for everyone who is coming to see the second session.
Right.
But
we could talk about Winnie the Pooh.
I do want to get into.
You have questions about Pooh Bear, don't you?
Yeah, but specifically before we started this episode, you showed me what your vision was for the show on your phone.
Not necessarily a vision. It
You've
was more
personified.
It was an epiphany that came to me.
Yes.
The script is very strange. I am only really familiar with, I think it was the 70s Winnie the Pooh, the original Disney movie.
Yeah.
So when I ordered the script and all, I thought it was going to be those stories, and there were heffalumps and woozles.
Yeah.
But we are absent heffalumps and woozles in this rendition of Winnie the Pooh.
We are bereft.
We are
of heffalumps and woozles.
Very good. That's an ACT word, Patrick.
Bereft.
Good for you.
Thanks.
They are trying to capture the dastardly Baxon, which has kidnapped Christopher Robin, supposedly. And there's apparently a 2011 movie, because someone was like, I know the Baxon. I'm like, oh, I knew nothing about it.
I had never heard of it until...
Yeah, and there's also a character in it called Pooh's Tummy. His tummy is a character. And I read it as if the tummy was always with him. So I've made Pooh's Tummy evil Pooh Bear.
That is funny.
He's running around yelling, bleh, the whole show.
Dressed
like Pooh Bear. He's sentient. So he could see the audience and reference the audience and see what's going on. It's a great joke for me. I don't know if the parents got it. It makes me laugh, and at the end of the day, that's all that matters.
Yeah. It was really funny, though. I do like that choice.
Cameron Clark, our podcast or cast list starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 voice, who everyone knows and loves, is the dance teacher here. And we say the same thing to each other every year on this Saturday, where it's, I can't believe we did it again. In 2 weeks, we put on a show with these kids, but we tend to do it.
Yep.
And everyone has a good time.
Yeah. And then senior conservatory is coming up after.
That will be in July, but we'll talk about
Yep.
that in July
Yep.
episodes. But you also made a big impression in the junior conservatory this session.
I did.
You were like a mythical creature to them, Patrick.
So I, technically speaking, my role here at the Art Center does not play any part in conservatory, but I'm here during conservatory anyway, working on other things. The main thing that I was around for during this conservatory session was I was basically doing everything with the 9 to 5 set. So the kids always saw me like working in the wings on the 9 to 5 set, or like, up in the scissor lift, just doing things for the set. And I guess like
You would distract.
I would distract but
unintentionally.
Like I would just be doing my job, but they were mesmerized because there was this random guy who didn't talk to them, doing things that weren't related to their show. So they were always very intrigued with what I was doing. And it got to a point where like I could not, as soon as I was seen by any one of them,
everything stopped.
Everything stopped.
I couldn't continue.
And they'd be like, Mr. Patrick! And the entire
kid actually, when they checked out today after the show, goes, Mr. Patrick talked to me and I got his autograph. And I said, that's great.
I signed probably 15 playbills and shirts of children that I had never really spoken to. But it was really sweet. And, if I am
present,
if I am present, at least I'm having a good impact on people, I guess.
A distracting impact, first of all.
Yeah. Well,
but
yeah,
good nevertheless.
I would have to like stay out of the theater during rehearsals.
Oh yeah.
Even when I had to do my
job. You would get up in the genie and I'm trying to give them information. All of a sudden you hear ee, and the kids are like, look at that. And I go, we're done. Okay, let's take a break.
Yeah, RJ had to like tell me to go away many times.
Yeah, well, we had to get Pooh Bear in his tummy
where
they needed to be.
Yeah, which made getting the 9 to 5 set done even more difficult than it was.
Oh yeah. But we got it done.
But we did.
And 9 to 5 has opened.
9 to 5 has opened.
So you'll you need to get tickets for it.
We'll talk about it more in this interview coming up.
Yeah.
But there are 2 more weekends.
And I got to see it. It's a lot of fun.
Yep, there are 2 more weekends. The cast is absolutely stacked.
Yes.
Yeah, and it's the show that everyone knows and loves.
Yeah. Be singing along with that opening and closing song.
Mm-hmm. Before I forget.
Oh, you almost forgot something.
I know. Before I forget, I'm trying to think of all things summer. We're halfway through the summer almost. Which means we're getting.
You forgot your green notebook. I could tell you that much. You just
know.
Look at you. You're like spreading your wings and flying, Patrick.
We do have more concerts coming up soon. As well as when summer ends, we have White Oak coming up.
Yes.
We'll have a specific White Oak.
I believe
episode.
there's a Led Zeppelin concert coming very soon.
Yeah, there is. So check our website for all things concerts coming up this summer.
We also have the True-ish Stories art exhibit that will be going up soon that you could submit your art for. So check that out on the White Oak social media pages and on our website if you have any art you'd like to submit.
And we currently still have the prop show up as well in
Smog.
Cannon Hall. Yep.
Made out of cardboard. He is still up and displayed out there. However, I don't know if you follow the White Oak page, Patrick, on social media. They done did me dirty.
I saw the video of you carrying.
They did me dirty.
There's a video
because I am holding Smog's head, and Smog is not light.
Not your
and
best
I'm
angle.
Trying to get him through these doorways and hallways, and it's sort of like I'm like one of the Three Stooges serving like drinks. Like I'm holding a drink tray.
If you
want to see, stumbling through.
If you want to see a very unflattering angle of RJ, check out the White Oak.
I have a bone to pick with Amanda and Heather.
Yeah.
They have been hiding from me since that post has been made.
No, I saw that get posted yesterday, and I audibly went, "Oh, that's not good."
I will have my revenge. I don't know how,
well,
but I will have my revenge.
Remember that at some point they will inevitably be guests on here,
And then
I
will have my revenge.
and that is when we get our revenge.
Yes. It
Yeah.
will be swift. It will be just.
Mm-hmm.
It will be righteous.
Your time will come, RJ.
One of these days.
Be patient.
I hope.
Be patient.
One of these
Your
days.
time
I
will
hope.
come. I can't believe we're getting close to White Oak season again, though.
Hey, as I told somebody, there's never a dull moment going on here at the Arts Center.
No.
I mean, we had today alone. Let's just talk about today. That day of recording, Saturday, June 13th. There is a farmer's market under the pavilion.
Yep.
That started at 8 o'clock in the morning. We had the conservatory show that started at 10 o'clock in the morning. Then we will have 9 to 5 later tonight at 7:30. We still actively have 5 productions going on. 9 to 5, Conservatories Winnie the Pooh, 12 Angry Jurors,
Guys and Dolls
Senior, and Big Fish. Things are constantly happening.
Man.
And we're still knocking it out of the park.
And we're still alive.
We're still alive, still kicking, still having a grand old time. Yeah. Speaking of things staying alive, how's your dog?
Aw, thank you for asking.
How is the potato?
Thank you for asking. She's good. I bought her a dress.
Excuse me?
I bought her a dress.
It's a dog.
Yeah, and she looks great in that dress. It's lavender and white, checkered plaid. And she's living the life. She's so spoiled. Not many updates in the potato.
I'm just
realm.
more concerned how excited you were about how good your dog looked in a dress.
She looks great. It's like a springtime, like sundressy vibe. It came with a bow.
Okay.
And she loves wearing it too.
Does she?
Mm-hmm.
Does she though?
She does. No, she actually does.
Okay.
And you know, we bought her pajamas too, and so like we're gonna have to like give her like a designated like space in the closet so she can have all of her clothes.
I'm sorry, I'm tired of because Woody the Pooh and all these things.
She's kind of
You're gonna give closet space to the dog?
Yeah, she's kind of like a Build-A-Bear.
What?
She's kind of like a Build-A-Bear, but a really cute Build-A-Bear.
Are regular Build-A-Bears ugly?
No. But
how much closet space do you have in your apartment?
Not a lot. But I mean, her clothes are small, so she doesn't need that much. She needs like a little corner.
For those of you who cannot see me, my mouth is fully agaped. Agaped. In shock.
But yeah, thank you for asking.
I'm sorry I asked.
Well, I'm not. I still need to bring her to the art center.
Oh, do you?
I don't know why this made me think of this.
What? What did you think of, Patrick?
But so I can't ever say Big Boss.
Listen,
Beth.
we've been having a long week with 9 to 5 opening and the Winnie the Pooh Bear and his willy-nilly and silliness.
Big Boss Beth celebrated her birthday at time of recording yesterday.
Yes.
And
Operation Goose.
So for her birthday, the rest of the art center staff
chipped in,
and we all went on a
goose expedition,
a literal goose chase.
Oh, very well done.
Thanks. I was proud of that. And we found her a porch goose,
a really nice
porch goose,
not plastic.
Yeah, like concrete and painted, all nice. And we bought her porch goose an outfit as well, just like Potato. And so now Beth has a porch goose, and she's gonna get outfits for her porch goose and dress it up in different outfits. And yeah, that's what her birthday present was.
So we were Trixie in Operation Secret Goose. We snuck the kids into the hall and called Beth in as if there was a surprise, and we did it on Cameron's birthday as a double blind.
Yeah.
And had the kids sing happy birthday to her. And Patrick, hid in the abyss.
I hid it.
There is this art exhibit up right now in our hall called, I don't know what it's actually called. I just call it the abyss.
I think that's what it's called, though.
And you're supposed to go into it and experience something.
Apparently, it's a calming sensory room. So, like, its purpose is that it's, like, you know, it's pitch black in there. And so you just, like, feel around and feel different things in the room.
So Patrick's in there with the goose.
Yeah.
And it's not a light goose. It's a heavy goose.
It's solid concrete. It's probably 40, 50 pounds.
So Patrick's in there, and Beth, bless her, was taking her sweet time to come see what we wanted to show her. And all the kids sang happy birthday, different timing. So it was like 3 groups singing happy birthday at once. And Patrick emerged with the goose.
Yep.
Quite a sight that was.
And Beth was like, what is happening?
Yes. Beth really doesn't like that much attention, so I think we should keep mentioning her name.
No, Beth does not like. So
I called her out for claps at the end of conservatory, and she went back into the lobby.
I know. So Beth kind of she
is the best.
She's the best. It's hard to explain Beth because
what do you mean?
Well, because like she's very good at what she does, right?
Yes.
She runs a nonprofit theater venue.
Puts up with us,
and she runs it really well. And she knows everything there is about running a literal show business. But then you walk up to her and you're like, Beth, will we ever see you on stage? Or like, have you ever been on stage in your life? And
the answer is the same.
She will tell you
absolutely not.
There is not a single person or thing on this planet that could ever convince her to be on stage in a show.
We're working on it.
Yeah.
Maybe the goose will help.
It is one of my like big goals in life is to get Beth on stage. And I know she's going to be listening to this
and get real mad at us.
And just get mad at us.
As we've dragged this section of the podcast on for at least 4 minutes.
Here's the thing. Okay, Beth.
We know you're listening.
We know you're listening, Beth. You can't hide.
Whoa, easy there.
But Beth, we will get you on stage one day. It might not be tomorrow. It might not be next week.
First of all, I don't know what this we thing is. I respect the boss's wishes.
I just
pull it together.
Okay. Even if it's like a cameo, like walk across.
Oh, a cameo. Maybe we could talk you into a cameo, Beth.
I'm not even saying like a role. I'm saying like a cameo.
A cameo.
Like walk across upstage.
Like Alfred Hitchcock.
In the middle of a scene. Yeah.
Like an Alfred Hitchcock cameo.
Yeah.
Do you know who that is?
I know the name.
Okay. Patrick, he's a film director known as the master of suspense. He directed Psycho.
Okay.
North by Northwest. You know, some of the greatest movies ever made. Rear Window.
Mm-hmm.
And he had a cameo in all of his movies. Never said anything, but he'd like get on
cool.
the bus or be in the background somewhere. So maybe we'll get Beth a Hitchcockian.
So like the Stan Lee of suspense.
Stanley?
Stan Lee.
Oh, Stan Lee. Yes.
Stan Lee.
Except Stanley always said something.
Oh, so he didn't even have one. Okay.
Like you sometimes have to go hunting for Alfred Hitchcock in his movies, but he is there in every one.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Oh, yes.
Well, now that we've
we're about to dive into our interview with Mr. Darryl Deason, but one thing I think we do need to say before we get into the interview is, and we talked about it with Jocelyn last week, and we talked a little bit about it with Darryl, but we need to give everyone who maybe this is your first episode listening. Maybe you said, I'm waiting for the Darryl Deason episode, and I'm going to listen now.
Good episode
to give them just a quick little breakdown of what 9 to 5 is about.
Yeah. And again, we dive into it more in the actual interview. Mm-hmm. But for anyone who doesn't know, there's not many people who live in Tennessee that don't really know what 9 to 5 is because of Dolly Parton.
But just in case,
but it was
our friends in Europe or South America who we'd still like you to write into our email.
Yeah. 9 to 5 is a very classic. It was originally a very classic film from the 80s.
Yes, it came out in 1980.
80s, about
3 ladies.
3 ladies who work in corporate America for a very misogynistic and bad
sexist
boss. And the plot basically,
They plot their revenge.
and ultimately get their revenge in the end.
Yeah.
It's full of
It's very
comedy.
funny.
It's full of comedy, but it's also full of a lot of heart.
Yeah.
Literally.
Well, I think without further ado,
But yeah, we're gonna get into the interview that I have been waiting for 6 months.
all right.
I honestly don't even I'm trying to savor this moment.
Well, stop talking about it and let the people listen. Here is our interview with Mr. Darryl Deason.
I hope you enjoy as much as we do. Whoosh.
We're here with the one, the only,
The man, the myth, the legend,
the myth, the legend.
Mr. Darryl Deason.
Woo!
We have been setting this interview up, telling the people about it since episode 1, Darryl.
Since episode 1.
Because I know you've been listening.
I have been listening.
Yeah.
You might be our most avid listener to be interviewed. So thank you so much for being here.
And I send you a little text right after and tell you what you've done wrong.
Exactly.
That is
Yes.
true. Anytime we give wrong information or just say an incorrect fact, it's either Darryl or Beth. That
Just
texts
right
us
on
and
it
just be like,
about
yeah,
what's
that
wrong."
was definitely not correct.
But we have a lot to get into for this very big interview. But I would just like to start. You're an OG here at the Art Center of Cannon County. You're one of the first people to do anything here ever. Can you give us just a brief history of how it started, how it's changed, just
Yeah.
a little bit of that?
Yeah, just that I moved to Woodbury. I went in as an associate in a dental practice in downtown Woodbury in January of 1980. I would say March of 1980. The Cannon Courier, they ran a little ad in the Cannon Courier. If you're interested in starting or being involved in a community theater, give me a call. And it was Richard Northcutt, 563-5206.
Yeah.
You know that number? 5206. That's, well, I won't say what, but that's a very prominent number here at the Art Center. But that's where it came from.
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
That's right, yeah. And so I called him, told him I had some experience. My experience was in Shelbyville. I grew up in Shelbyville, a part of the Bedford Youth Players since I was 14 years old. And you know, I was like 26 then, something like that, in 1980. Yeah, 26 exactly. And told him I was interested. Ran into him at a Lions Club meeting like the next Monday or a Monday after that, and he said, "You're going to be vice president, and I'm going to be president," and here we go. And it started like that. I remember I looked at our 20th anniversary book the other day, and I had a comment about, I had done community theater for 10 years, so it was like, how is this working in this little bitty town? And it was, and you would look at the financials, and we were making money, and it was just absolutely incredible. So we started bringing in shows for 3 shows in 1980, and Richard brought in 2 Circle Players shows. I think that was Godspell and the Robber Bridegroom. I'm not completely sure of that. And then, of course, I'd been in Memphis for 4 years, and had a friend that left Shelbyville to pursue her master's at Memphis State when it was Memphis State, and another friend that was going to school there at Memphis State. So I connected to that department, connected to Playhouse on the Square and those kind of things. And so we brought in a production of Glass Menagerie. It was a touring production out of Playhouse on the Square with like the epitome leading lady, playing the mother in Glass Menagerie, of all of Memphis. I think her name was Patricia Clark.
Yeah.
And a different Patricia.
But a different one?
Yeah, but
Darryl, I don't mean to cut you off, but you said something that I want to ask about.
Yes.
You said, we're sitting there and you were like, how is this working in a little community theater? And this place has been here for over 40 years.
Yeah.
I've only been really a part of it for the past 4 or 5 years, and that's in the age of social media, so it's a little bit easier to get the word out. So to you, who's been here since the beginning as the vice president, what has it been that has made this place so successful to keep the doors open all those years?
I think two things, and the first one is complete credit to Richard Northcutt. Of course, he was a lawyer here in town, born and raised. Dad was county executive for years. He had just a huge, well-known name. He knew the town so well. So he built a board of directors of the only 3 people that had theater experience whatsoever. Were me, him, and Connie Bryant. And he made us the officers, and everybody else were people that had money and people that had influence. And just a little bit about Woodbury in 1980s. I didn't know until I got here, but there were 2 pharmacies, there were 2 banks, there were 2 dentists, there were 2 doctor groups. And so Woodbury, it was like you would go in and they'd go, so which group are you?
Okay. Yeah. That's incredible.
Right. And so Richard made sure he had both groups on the board. Somebody from both banks and just people that everybody knew. So Austin Jennings and Robert Mason and Bill Smith and Christine Dillon and Wilma Adams, of course, And so that's how it started. And the audition process for Harvey, guys, Richard just
and what was Harvey?
That was the very first show.
Okay.
Right.
And it wasn't the Art Center of Cannon County.
It was Cannon Community Playhouse. And then to get the funding for the building and just start up, a whole different, so that it would be not just theater, it would be, other disciplines. And so that was why it became Art Center of Cannon County.
Okay.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
So, fast forward to 2026, I don't know the number, but if you had to guess, I'm sure you've done upwards close to 50, 60 shows here. That directed, I've probably directed 45 to 50, and then obviously shows that I didn't direct that I was in, and then produced, and I would say been in, directed, and produced. I've designed costumes, I've designed set. You're talking 75 to 100.
It's incredible. Absolutely incredible.
Your current project is one of the big reasons we bring you here today. You are directing Dolly Parton's 9 to 5
for the second time.
For the second time here.
Let's start with that. So you get a project for the second time, and I have this in my head. I've never directed the same show twice. What's sort of that challenge when you're looking at it and it's like, okay, well, you got new people. It's like, okay, what worked this time, but what do I want to do a little bit different, and what do I want to capture, but maybe I want to put a new twist on it. What's the thought process going into a show a second time?
I for this one, and that is not always the case. Of course, I've directed Steel Magnolias twice. I've directed Sound of Music 3 times, all in these spaces. But for this one, I just fell in love with the design that I had 13 years ago, and so I wanted the exact same design. Obviously, you can't duplicate the cast because they're going to age out, 13 years ago, and the age dynamic is really important in the show. So design concept, I decided to make the same, and that the main difference was going to be looking at a different cast, and they just, each one of them bring in something entirely different than the person before.
Awesome. Incredible.
Yeah, my age range for the women before, I think, was 52, somewhere in the 40s, and somewhere in the late 30s. This time the age range is 41, 31, 21.
Yeah.
Interesting.
That is, and that makes a big twist on it.
Right.
So what else, it is 9 to 5. It is Dolly Parton, and it's Tennessee.
Right.
Everyone at least knows
Yes.
the song 9 to 5.
Right.
Is there any sort of pressure to you or the cast where it's, I mean, not a spoiler alert, but a really fun thing you need to come see? Dolly Parton is actually in the show.
Is in the show.
So is there like that sort of Tennessee pressure of like, this is the Dolly Parton show that everyone knows?
Not for me, just
Okay.
because I've had a history with the show. I don't know how much you know that I have a history from the show, just because, excuse me, growing up in Shelbyville, I had two really, really close friends named Cameron Watson and T. Scott Cunningham. And Scott went to New York on Broadway, off Broadway, New York, and Cam was mainly television, but in the late 1990s, early 2000s, he wrote a screenplay, and he titled it Our Very Own. It was about growing up, autobiographical, which you have to say it's not.
Yeah.
But autobiographical of growing up in Shelbyville in 1978. Wrote that script. I'm actually a character in
Oh, cool.
in it, and went to cast it, and casted with somebody that was a dear friend of his, but also a dear friend of Scott, and they met completely differently when that person was Allison Janney.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Oscar winner Allison Janney, for those you don't know, from I, Tonya and the sitcom Mom and The West Wing.
Yes.
Wow.
And now The Diplomat, is that what she's on right
Yes, The Diplomat on
Yeah.
Netflix.
On Netflix.
You need to brush up on your Allison Janney there,
I love
Patrick.
The West Wing. Oh my god.
So, and she played the lead. She played the Lily Tomlin role from the movie, and she played Violet. And then the director was Joe Mantello, which is the director of Wicked, and just won a Tony 2 days ago for Death of a Salesman.
Good grief.
He was Scott's roommate in college.
How about that?
That's cool.
So I've just had this connection with the material. I flew to LA. I saw the production in LA. I stole some things from that production that you'll never see anywhere else, and that I do a little differently, mainly about how they start the show and that kind of thing. And so that's what I kind of bring to it, And then a little known fact, that when the national tour started, it started in Nashville at TPAC.
Okay.
That was their very first show. The Heart's name was Joe Mahold. Okay. Joe is married to Elizabeth Moses Mahold, who starred in probably our 5th production here.
Really?
Whoa.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
And it all comes back to the Arts
It
Center.
all comes back to the Art Center.
All roads lead to the Arts Center.
We talked about this the other day that there's somebody that has been on Broadway in Moulin Rouge and is about to be on Broadway in Black Swan that performed here. Chris Young from country music fame performed here. Colton Dixon, American Idol and gospel, he performed here, and Jordan McCullough.
Yes, most recently on American Idol.
Right. And I directed all 4 of those guys.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
That's
that's
so incredible that you've hit all those markers. So now with this production of 9 to 5, you have Mr. Noah Brady playing Mr. Hart, your villain. You last directed him as Johnny Cash in the $1 Million Quartet Christmas.
Right.
Talk about working with him, because these are Johnny Cash and Mr. Hart are totally different ends of the spectrum.
Right.
What's it been like going down both of those roads with Noah?
So let me tell you about Noah. The hardest working actor I've ever worked with in my life, guys. He was not my first choice for the role because of age, and there was a conflict of the person that I thought was going to be able to do the role, and he just jumps in like he does with any role. Johnny Cash or Hart jumps in with both feet. They're nothing alike.
Absolutely not.
Alike. It just takes a lot of hard work and a lot of dedication, and this guy's
Very
got it.
dedicated.
Yeah.
Very dedicated.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you know, one of the people on the show had never met Noah before, and they were walking around the art center the other day, and there was a $1 Million Quartet poster, and the guy had come to see it, you know, and Noah goes, "Well, I play Johnny Cash," you know, right? It was like, what, you know? How is that possible?
Yeah.
It's possible. So if you saw $1 Million Quartet, you saw Urinetown.
Yes.
If go way back to the first Elf Jr. we did here.
Oh,
He
yeah,
was
yeah,
Freddie
yeah.
the Elf.
Bright Star.
Bright Star, yes, the you know, the male lead in well, co-male leads in Bright Star. So yeah, and none of the roles are anything alike.
None.
Right.
None.
Oh, absolutely. And then, of course, you have your three leading ladies.
Yes.
Your Violet, who is Darcy Pingle, Dora Lee, who is Jocelyn
Who we
French.
talked to last episode.
Yes, and Patrick helped me out here, and Judy, who
Emma
is
Groves.
Emma Groves.
Right.
Now, each one iconic in their own way, because it's Jane Fonda, Lily Tomlin, and Dolly Parton,
Right.
which, you know, have to sort of emulate, but make sure you're the characters.
For sure.
So what's it like going into something like that, especially for someone like Jocelyn, who Dolly Parton is just visually so iconic? Like, what's the thought process going behind directing those characters?
Yeah, I think at auditions, our music director is Allison Hall, and she is the only person that's repeating a role.
Yeah.
So she did Roz, 13 years ago or whenever it was, and she's doing Roz again. But I really had to depend on her musically first. You've got to be able to, to have that style, and Jocelyn just had that, and I had lots of wonderful women. I probably called back 6 women for it, and so it's that first, and then there's just the comic timing that you've got to have, and she brings all of that. When we did it before, Marianne Smith did it, and they're nothing alike and they're everything alike. So it's really interesting.
Oh, I didn't realize that Mary Ellen did it.
Yeah, Mary Ellen did it. Yeah.
I can see that.
Carrie Caradoff played Judy, and Annie Boss Clements played Violet.
Yeah.
So before we move into our next segment, I just want to ask one more question that we try to ask every director that we interview, and that is, what are you wanting your audience to take away from this specific show that you're currently directing?
I want them to have fun.
Yeah.
Absolutely have fun. You watched it last night.
I did get to watch it last night.
You had fun.
I had fun. We had a weird, strange hiccup that I can't go into outside the art center that I had to go take care of, but I was having fun until that moment.
But I want them to have fun, and you're going to find that depending on generational, that's what's going to be the most interesting thing about this show, is there are going to be people that were raised in 1979.
Yes.
I was born in 54 and experienced all that, and you're going to know every single reference, and there's tons of them. My poor cast, I only have one person that was born before 1979, and so you're going to go home and you're going to go to Wikipedia and AI and ChatGPT and going to ask and look up what all those things are.
There was a great joke in it that I wasn't expecting. I'm a huge film buff. Where they talk about Fred McMurray's double indemnity and not being able to say it. And it completely caught me off guard that it was in there, but I know most people my age and younger haven't seen or even heard of double indemnity.
Right.
And then what happens immediately after that makes it even funnier.
Yeah. If you know the movie.
Yes, there are so many like little references like that throughout. I had a ball, so make sure you get tickets to see 9 to 5.
Yeah.
By the time this episode comes out, you'll have missed opening weekend, but there's still two
more
weekends left. So get those tickets.
Runs until June 27th.
Yes.
Right.
So Darryl, now it's time for my personal.
It's my favorite too. I do love this section.
This is the rapid fire section.
Okay.
So this is where we throw 5 or so questions at you, just rapid fire, and you have to answer with the first thing that comes to mind, with as little.
And feel free to
hesitation
follow
as
up.
possible.
I have a 9 to 5 one that I just thought of.
Okay.
So we're going to start with that one, and then
Start with
Patrick
that
will go
one.
to the list.
Okay.
All right, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Patrick, are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. In 9 to 5, Doralee, Violet, or Judy, which one is your favorite? What?
Judy.
Why?
Oh, there's just a song. I think it's probably one.
There's a resilience daughter.
Yeah.
There's resilience in all of them.
Excuse me, this is his rapid fire question, Patrick.
There's just a song. Allison and I talked about the other day. Probably one of the top 10 musical theater songs ever written.
Yeah.
It's just, and it would be called an 11 o'clock number. But when there was an 11 o'clock number, that's a long time ago.
All right, next. Dream show to direct.
Oh,
I know you've
right
directed
now,
them all.
they're really Peter and the Starcatcher, Waitress, and A Light in the Piazza, and Bridges Over Madison County.
All right,
Wrong
next, keep going. Rapid fire, Patrick.
Which show would get you back on stage to act?
Man Who Came to Dinner.
Who is your favorite dental hygienist?
Jocelyn.
Yes, we got it.
If you could only cast Patrick or RJ for the rest of time, who would it be?
Patrick.
It's because you can sing.
Okay. And lastly, but not least, best Al Pacino movie.
Oh gosh, I get two actors confused all the time.
It's all right, rapid fire.
No, it's Dog Day Afternoon.
Yes, that's an Al Pacino movie. Woo!
Darryl Deason, everyone.
The man, the myth, the legend.
9 to 5 at the Art Center until June 27th. Darryl, do you want to say anything before we wrap up?
Get your tickets. The first weekend will have probably been sold out. So get tickets for the second and third weekend. You're going to have a ton of fun.
Darryl shows sell out fast, and I'm not making that up. Darryl shows sell out. So get your tickets.
Those tickets. Darryl, thank you so much for being on the episode.
This was fun.
Yeah.
Hey.
All right.
And there it is, Patrick.
Oh, never a dull moment.
Never a dull moment. And it's just such a wealth of knowledge of the history. There's so much
I know.
in that interview that I did not know and was not expecting.
Darryl, there are few people still involved at the Art Center that have been involved since literally day one.
Day one.
And so it is very cool being able to just sit down with someone that can talk about the overall arc of this place.
Oh, yeah.
Darryl, thank you so much for your time.
Absolutely.
We really did enjoy it. Excellent job on the rapid fire questions. RJ, I'm catching up.
I think it's tied.
Is it tied? We need
We'll
to go
have
back and count.
I believe it is tied now.
You may still be
2
up.
to 2.
You may still be up by 1
because we did it with Cameron,
I feel like you definitely had 3.
Holt, Jocelyn,
Darryl,
and
There
Darryl.
was someone else.
Caden.
Caden.
Okay.
Yeah, I think you.
I might be up 3 to 2.
I think it's 3 to 2.
3 to
You.
2. We'll go back and check.
We'll go back and count. But yeah, be sure to check out 9 to 5 at the Art Center of Cannon County. We still have 2 weekends left.
Tickets available now at artcenterofcc.com or by calling 615-563-2787.
Yeah. I hate to let you go. It's always so fun hanging out with you guys.
It's been a blast as always.
I feel like us and the cast listers, we're all just one big family. We've
if you say so, Patrick.
We've grown so close.
If you say so.
We've spent so much time together.
Do we want to tease anybody with what might be coming next? Or I think
you
in the
want to?
very near future, we're going to be talking 12 Angry Jurors in the Black Box.
Yeah. Black box shows are really fun.
And this is a very intense one,
a
but
very
intense and appropriate for
and it's
nearly the whole family.
And it's in the rounds, and you are right there next to the actors.
Oh, yeah.
Very intimate space. So very excited for that show coming up.
This has been an absolutely fun time, as always. Look at us go. Episode 11 coming to an end.
Thank
Patrick,
y'all
take
so
us home.
much. Thank y'all so much for listening. We really do appreciate it. Be sure to leave us a 5-star review on your podcast listener of choice.
That's how other people find us here
Yeah.
at the Cast List
Yeah.
and help them find the Art Center of Cannon County.
And talk about us. Share us. If you enjoy what you're listening to.
Tell your mama, tell your daddy,
Yep.
tell your pappy, tell your nana.
friends. Yeah. but
Nana?
whatever you call your grandmother.
Whatever works.
Yeah, whatever works. But in the meantime, I'm Patrick.
And I'm RJ.
And this has been the Cast List.
Adios.
We'll see y'all next time. Bye. You've been listening to the Cast List. Hey, if you like what you hear, go ahead and leave the Art Center of Cannon County a good review. To see more information about current events at the Art Center, visit www.artcenterofcc.com or give us a call at 615-563-2787. We hope you enjoyed this episode, and we hope to see you at the Art Center soon.